No, he looks like he's wearing a sweatshirt. Oh, look, he's doing something.
Yeah, he's going to fire it.
Well, I guess that's what he meant.
He's just going to...
The spirit of I went into an hills, I used to be quiet, and I told the landlady my money was spent. She asked me for credit, she answered me yes. Such a custom like yours I cannot make it, and there's no nay, no nay ever no more.
Come here. Steam engine pulling the carriages along. He's down there, we know he is. There comes the steam. Just down below there. We know he's there.
Yeah, the steam engine.
We know he's there.
Death go to do. We were paid 31 bob a week. The heater boy in Catchford at 16 bob. But we all work the same 54 hours.
A bit later, the foreign funnel guy is carried away, and the funnel, weighing perhaps 50 or 60 tons, fell down with a crash on the water. It missed the rock and some of us hanging on to it, by inches. There were a good many it didn't miss.
There was a light in the distance, and the captain said, "Now, men, row to that light, empty your ship, come back and pick up more passengers." Our men rowed and rowed, but that light was no nearer, or more distinct or indistinct, and we all called it the mysterious light. Oh, I knew I was going to drown. I knew my days were numbered. I felt that.
And we didn't move the boat. When we laid off on the starboard side, you could see by the arrangements of the lights, all the lights were burning, and you could see that she was going down.
As she vanished, everyone round me on the upturned boat, as though they could hardly believe it, just said, "She's gone."
And so, presently about 1:30, silence.
You know, it's kind of the less is more, definitely, with him.
Right.
It's really good work. I'm a bit of a fan of his work because I like woodcut. I studied Japanese woodcut, strangely enough, in Ireland with a teacher from Austria, because that's how you learn Japanese woodcut, really, isn't it? That's the best way.
I was going to say.
But yes, I mean, Michael, who taught me, he went over to Japan to learn the art. He studied it as much as he could in Austria, and he wasn't really happy that he was doing it well enough. So he went over to Japan and learnt over there, and when he came to teach us, he brought with him paper that he'd specially made a trip to Japan for, because the paper that they make, the handmade paper there,
Yes.
you need to buy it at the right time of year. He goes at a specific time of year when there's less mould spores around.
Wow.
And that means you're going to get a purer paper.
Pure paper. Yeah.
So there you go. I've dried it as much as I can, but
Okay.
still going to put another sheet on top because you don't want to get the ink on the clothes.
No. Could
an awful lot of people here. Yeah. So if you have your cameras ready, you'll get a nice view of it coming up about another half a mile. It'll be on your right hand side. But naturally on this road I can't possibly stop or slow down even. Known as the Black Valley. And you're actually in the national park now. There's only the one road through the national park, and this is it, the old landlord's route. Now the sign for the national park is much further in the road here, but it's been expanding outwards all the time. As property becomes available, they buy it up. There are still one or two pockets of people living in here, but other than that, as soon as they move out, there'll be nobody living here, only the wild animals. And you don't have a lot of wild animals. The biggest predator, or the biggest animal here is the native red deer, which are descended from the great elk. They were almost hunted to extinction in the late 1800s, but they put a preservation order on them here, and they've been thriving ever since. There's no deer hunting season here. The park rangers control the numbers. There's also a herd of Japanese Sitka deer in here. They're the little guys with the white tails, the Bambi, you know, Bambi.
Oh yeah.
He's a Sitka deer. And the two breeds don't intermix. Then the biggest predator you'd have would be a fox. So there's plenty of little animals for him to eat, so he doesn't bother the sheep or anything. You have stone to ballast the ships on the way over. Somebody got a brainwave. Why are we bringing stones across the Atlantic? Can we not bring people? They approached the landlords. They said, look, you guys are paying £9 a year to keep a peasant in a workhouse. We'll take them off your hands for a one-off payment of £7. So they packed people into these ships at the landlord's expense. The landlords were giving
She